Hi everyone, this is the third video that I wanted to do for my first aid kits. Number one I did was for the total 5 kits that I have. The second one I did was covering the dental, one of the five, the dental kit, and the third one that I'm doing now is for the individual first aid kit that is always in my bag. This isn't a sterile set, just in case you're watching again or forgotten the first video. This is just the case that I'm using for it because it's the perfect case. It's nice and small and it fits into just a corner of my 511-24. Doesn't take up much space and keeps everything nice and compact and nice and secure and nice and safe in there. So let's go ahead and have a quick look of what is in here. So it does have a water repellent seal as well, which is something else that I really like. And there's quite a lot of stuff in here. So let's just start from the top and work our way to the bottom. I have four antibacterial hand wipes. I've used some of this, but this is a cut to length plaster. I actually like this kind of plaster compared to the standard plasters because it just makes things easier instead of fiddling about. I have two water gel, burn gel relief creams in here. They can also be used if you have an itch or you have if you've cut yourself and you want to get rid of the pain. Some more cut to length tape. These are blister plasters. Some pre-cut tape. Have quite a lot in here. This is usually for if someone's traveling with me and they just quickly need a small plaster. So I have some of that in here. Two gauze. These are the ones I bought before. I've actually used a lot of them. I've only got 2 left now. So the actual brand that I really much more prefer is this one. This is a Cosmopol E-Sterile absorbent dressing, and it's actually in a plaster. So instead of actually using these are actually non-absorbent ones, low adherent dressing pad, but I actually prefer these ones, to be honest. And this is a very good brand. I mean, my nurses use this quite a lot, so I prefer this one. And then I have some hydrocolloid dressing. I have 2 of that, and I have a gauze sterile gauze, some Aquacel. This is if you have a wound. If this was your, let me just try and see if I can show you. If this was your skin here, you pack the Aquacel into here, and this acts as like seaweed. It's a seaweed-based dressing. What it does, it sort of soaks up all the bacteria and the infectious plasma, and then it can be removed. And you should only keep one of these in. You should replace the total amount that you put in every 24 hours, no longer. I've had to these were used on me when I had one of my problems. From my injections, from my pump caused an infection, so I had to go into surgery for it, and then they packed it with this. But I kept a few of these, and these are actually perfect. I mean, even if you cut yourself or if you have a blister or something, these are perfect for just sucking out all that infectious stuff. So I've actually ordered. I have some boxes on order for these. These are quite expensive though. This is Tegaderm film. This isn't really sort of important to anyone else other than very few people, luckily, I would say, because this is to cover my pump. I have 2 pumps. I have a diabetic pump and a Guardian pump, and that's to cover the IV line of the pumps. I have a this is a AAA battery for a flashlight in here, and then I have a Fisher Space Pen in here as well. So it goes there, and then the first thing that comes out is the Maglite Solitaire. And the good thing about this is that it has a bulb. My sisters, who are surgeons, said that never ever flash a an LED light into somebody's eyes if you need to check their responsiveness, because it could cause a different type of attack, like an epileptic attack, and it could also cause eye damage if they've had an eye operation. So always use a bulb, and you don't really need to buy anything else other than a mag glass lighter. They actually carry this with them every day when they're at work. I have in here I just have a paper bag in here. This, if you suffer from anxiety, you can breathe in here, because what anxiety is, when it causes a panic attack, the amount of carbon dioxide in your blood goes to a very low quantity, and even though you exhale carbon dioxide, but there still needs to be a significant amount of quantity in your blood to balance out the oxygen. And so when that reduces, if you blow into a paper bag, it sort of recalibrates the amount of carbon dioxide in your blood, and it's sort of calms your nerves down and sort of eases the panic attack. But you know, if you suffer from anything, then you should sort of take that into consideration and take your medication as well. I have some tramadol in here. Now this isn't just because it's a painkiller and I've put a painkiller in here. Tramadol is actually part of the medication that I take for my neurological pain. I have a diabetic neuropathy and multiple sclerosis, and tramadol is one of the medications that I take for pain, and if I ever run out, it's in here. So it's not really for like a first aid kind of thing, or to give to anybody. This is only for me, and I would never give this to anybody, simply because I don't know what the reaction would be to them, and it's actually my prescribed medication. So that's for me. I have some loose stomach and anti-diarrhea medicine in here. Again, same with the paracetamol. I then have some itch relief cream, bite and sting relief cream, antihistamine. This is perfect for getting rid of itch if you cut yourself as well. I have some more hydrocortisone cream in here as well. I have some cotton buds, 2 sets of gloves, 2 wooden spatulas. Now these could be used to press down on a tongue if somebody is choking or something, but I've never been in that kind of situation because I'm not a doctor. I don't work in A&E. But for me, these actually have another practical purpose. These actually act as screwdrivers for my pumps. Let me just take one off quickly. Let me show you. Let me just cover up the tube. So this is my pump. This is my diabetic pump, and you see here, this is the bay for the battery. Sorry, I forget words. This is the bay for the battery. So this actually I found was the right size. If I am without a screwdriver, I'm not going to do it because it's on. So it's just the right size to open the battery bay and to replace the cell. Yeah, I mean, if I'm without my Leatherman or without my Swiss Army knife, then I have something in here, and it's really important that I have access to something to change my pumps. I have 2 eye drop vials in here. Some micropore tape. Always keep your micropore tape in the box because you don't want it to get dirty. Just some sterile bandage, and an injection coat and an injection. Now this injection isn't for injection purposes, it's for irrigation. I have Normasol, which is a wound cleaning wash. Let me just show you if you just bear with me. I've got a big pack here which I've ordered because I ran out. I usually have 1 or 2 of these sachets in my bag as well, but I don't keep it in here just so it doesn't break. So this is sterile wash. So I would either put, pull some wash into here and then just use it if I needed to get into a smaller place to a wound, instead of just opening the packet and throwing it all over, because it will just go over and it will waste the contents. And I probably when I used to travel, I used to carry 2, but now I would only just carry 1. So that's for the normal, so it's not for injecting anything, it's just for like a wash kind of thing. So yeah, that's my individual first aid kit. That's what I carry on a daily basis with me in my bag. And as I explained in another video, I don't go out because I'm now housebound, but I keep my EDC ready to go. And usually my trips are, the only time I ever go out is to go to the hospital, but I still keep my EDC ready to go, you know, fully stocked, just because I like it and it gives me a capability. And self-sufficiency and being able to look after yourself, there's absolutely no harm. If you look after yourself, then you can look after other people, and that community spirit I find to be quite useful. So yeah, that's my personal individual first aid kit for everyday carry. Thank you very much for watching, and any recommendations that you have, or if you show me what you guys carry on a daily basis. I'd also love to see what ladies carry in an individual first aid kit, because a lot of people are men, guilty, but I'd love to see a lady's perspective on what they would carry in the first aid kit. My sisters actually, when they're off duty, they actually have a very similar setup to this in their North Face bags. They have their EDC. They used to use North Face, now they use 511, but they EDC one as well, pretty much same. They have a few other gadgets which is privilege of being a doctor that they're allowed to have, but I wouldn't carry them because I'm not a doctor. So, but yeah, I mean, the general contents is pretty much similar. But I would like to see other women's first aid kits just to get some idea of what they carry. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.